Spellbinders, they came out with the Grand Calibur, which is a wonderful machine. It actually has a wide base.
Yes.
And so it lets you use a wider die. I believe it's 11 and a half.
Yes. And the deal with the Grand Calibur is they came out with a group of dies, of new dies called Grand Nestabilities, which are the biggest dies on the personal die cutting market.
Right.
And this is the only machine right now that you can use those in, and they are a must-have. So if you go to spellbinderspaperarts.com, you can get a glimpse of those dies.
Right. And I know that Donna Salazar just came out with her own licensed dies with Spellbinders, and she had one of the Grand Nestabilities that she designed. And they're really cool for working on journals or just bigger surfaces.
Exactly. And, you know, anything, really. Altered art, mixed media.
Yes.
They will cut fabric.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
So my quilting friends.
Oh, shout out to the quilters. All right, so again, as I mentioned earlier, I really like to take things that maybe you think you can only do X with, but then apply them to a different type of project. So normally I would say that die cutting, people really like to enhance their scrapbook pages or make bigger cards. But we all know that I'm a jewelry crazy person. Love making jewelry. Have been doing that probably my whole entire life. And so I made this copper paper necklace that you're looking at right here. And again, courtesy of Kimberly Wink, making me look so good, sister. I love her photos. You know, you would never know that's paper.
Not at all. Not at all.
So what we're going to do is work once again with my favorite Creative Imaginations Luminart Radiant Rain. This time.
Rain.
I wanted to say Radiant Pearls, but it's Radiant Rain. So the Radiant Pearls are where I started. So we're going to make our own paper, which
it's fun in and of itself.
Again, stop me, because I could just do this forever. So that's what we're going to do.
Excellent.
Okay. So what I have started with is a piece of cardstock. This is a pre-cut card, and it has almost, I want to say it's almost a little cottony, because it really takes that paper or takes the paint, and it just really holds that base really, really well. So it is important to look at the different materials that you're going to be working with, the different papers when you use the Radiant Rain. Now, without getting ourselves and our Grand Calibur covered, or Kim, you can, I do save my pizza boxes. So I will spray in a pizza box just to kind of limit my craziness.
And there is actually a formal product on the market if you're interested.
Ooh,
yeah, it's
formal.
The Color Catcher, and it's made by Colorbox.
No way.
It is. And I know we have one in the store that we've used so much that it looks leathery. It's gorgeous.
Oh.
I can't throw it away just because it's cheap.
All right, so once again, I'm just going to spray real quick, and then I'll take my hand out so that you all can see what's happening. And just like, you know, the pods that we were working with, the twinkling H2Os, these have a similar dance to them in that when they go on, I wish you could, can you see what's happening? Let me lift this up. Let me lift this up. And so, see how they're dancing? And if I let them, they just start to, Okay, so what's happening is like they're bleeding into, you know, the different colors there. Now, I only have 2 layers down, and I want to go ahead and do the Egyptian gold.
Excellent.
And you said that's
the most popular color.
Most popular.
A couple questions have come up. One is, do these work well on transparencies? And I have to say, I don't think so, because transparencies are not porous, so they're going to just run right off. There's nothing to absorb. Someone else asked for you to blow on it.
Oh, well, really?
Yeah. You can see what happens. Anything happening?
I think it's moving.
I think so too. I think a lot of the
that's
luminescence,
so funny.
The sparkling is.
Did somebody seriously just get me to blow live on camera?
She should have blown with a straw.
Oh, Rebecca, you're killing me.
Now, so something else I want to mention. See all this good stuff around the edge here?
Oh, yeah.
You would
bring back in our flowers.
I was just going to say, bring in the flowers or have extra of this because then you can just constantly be in a state of background making.
Aww. Oh, I like that.
Isn't that a great idea? I never let anything sit here.
Okay.
I am Echo.
Yep.
Eco, Heidi, for you.
Aww.
And I never waste. And so that's just a great suggestion.
Well, and you know what, let me just one more time bring this up. And I would probably go back now with one of the daubers and perhaps fill in. But you know what, as I hold it here, it is starting to run into those white spots. Let me see if I can't get up a little. Oh, did you see one dance? I saw it. There we go. All right. So, now this is wet, so I don't necessarily want to run this through my grand calendar. So I'm going to pass this off screen, and then I'm going to bring in some of the pieces that I have already made. So here is one that I made, and this was with the same color combination, but it just dried in a different way. And then this is one of my most favorites. You know, just randomly. And again, this was using the daubers and the sprays. So we just have a couple different. And this one is really fun too. Now, because I know that I'm going to be cutting these with the die cuts, I like the random kind of edgy look, because when you cut it with the die cut, it's going to just really provide that really neat misty look. So, all right, so we're going to choose this one, and I'll pass these over to you.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do next is actually cut our nestabilities. And these are the nestabilities and how they come packaged. Let me just get that into the frame for you. And then I'm going to turn that over, and you can see the dies. Now, 3 of them are missing because those are the 3.
You're using those.
Those are the 3 that I'm going to be cutting. So we'll take that out, and then I'm going to, let's just move our radiant rings over. Maybe Kim will pick those up and play with those too. And bring in my, we're locked down to the table here. So we're going to bring in the grand Calibur, and here's the big guy right here. And we're going to, if you could see right here, there's actually like a little latch. And what that does is, when I secure it all the way down, it sucks itself down to the table.
I mean, magic.
How fabulous is that? So you don't have to worry about whether or not it's going to split. So let me just, I'm going to stand up here. And, you know, we've got, Billy Bob is right behind me, Kim. I think you should, you could get a shot of B maybe at some point, because he is just loving this whole experience. What I really like about the Spellbinders products is they tell you how to build the sandwich. So right down here you have the base plates, and this is where you're going to start the sandwich. So I'm taking the oval, and I've got the next side. And if you can see, you know what, Kim, I'm going to bring this up to you. There's actually a little lip on these dies. And so that lip, that cutting part of the die, one side is flat, and then one side has the raised lip. That is the side that's going to go up to the ceiling. So I have 3 of these guys. And I happen to know that if I lay them out in a particular way, I can get the most out of my paper. And then I'm going to place the paper right on top of that. And then the next pad is the cutting pad. So again, right down there at the bottom, it says cutting pad. So this is going to be my sandwich. And then I'm going to insert it into the grand. All right. And then I start to roll.
Now, a couple of questions that have come up. The Grand Calibur machine is $129.99 MSRP. And yes, you can use your Spellbinders with the Big Shot machine or with the Cuttlebug.
Yes.
So those machines, so they're all designed to accept those dies. and they work fine on those machines. Actually, they work great on those machines.
So, you know, I never throw away my negative, because this could become a frame, it could become a stencil, and especially since it's this homemade paper, there's no way it's meeting its next life anywhere but in a project. So here we have the cutouts, and then what I'm going to do next, again, we're working on the base plate, and Stacy has some really great video and really great instructions at spellbinderspaperarts.com, and you can always watch this show again. If you haven't had enough of me, you can always go to Cool to Craft and watch it on live stream on the Cool to Craft site. Now what I just did was I took the embossing.
It's called the Tan Polymer Pad.
Ooh, look at you and all your big words. Nice. I did not know that.
Yes, and you need this special pad. You can get it either in a 12 by 12 size and cut it down, or they come in a 4 by 6 size, and you do need that if you want to use the embossing feature of the Spellbinders with any of your machines.
Perfect. And then what we're going to do is add the embossing plate over the big tan word that you just said.
Tan polymer.
Tan polymer. Okay, am I going to pull myself back out?
And I don't think you cannot use the Spellbinders on the old red physics.
So what I just did was, you saw me cut, and then I went back, and that's what's so cool about the nestabilities, is they cut and they emboss. So we're going to have this amazing, oh look at that, so pretty. Okay, I'm going to pass just that part over to you so that I can show you the detail on that embossed look. Look at what it did. Super cool. And you know what? Look at the shimmers. Look at the radiant radiant range shimmering on that. So what you would want to do is you would want to do that pass one more time, because I like to double up on my jewelry pieces so that the front is finished just like the back. So then what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and take our Calibur, and we will go back into our little work surface here, and we're just going to take our pieces. So you can see that I have 2 large ovals, and then we're just going to kiss the backs of those together with some of the Aleene's tacky glue. And ladies, remember, when you're working with white glue, less is more. For some reason, when we break out the white glue, we go back to kindergarten, which, listen, it's okay if you don't care. Because there are no craft police in my craft room. So we kiss those 2 together, and then we take the next sized ovals, and we're going to just, once again, adhere those back to back, because I do think it's important, and I will say that Tiffany and her mom taught me that your bottom needs to be as pretty as your top. So,
I think that's a good word.
I don't think that's exactly what Tiffany and her mom said, but that was my translation. And then I just start to build everything on top of each other, and then I'm going to add one of my signature jewels. This is a cabochon, and most of what I do with jewelry has to have a cabochon. And then add your cord, and then you have your finished necklace. Isn't this great? So much fun. So who would have thought that you could take your paper crafting ideas, your products, and do jewelry, which I totally think is so much fun.